All right, bro. So Fantano, man, shit. I've known about Fantano since his Recovery review. Is that what it was? Recovery, Relapse, whatever that fucking Eminem album was that came out in like 2016 or 2017. I was 15 or 16, getting into music, you know, listening to MF Doom, Wu-Tang Clan, Minor Threat, Kiss, the usual shit I would have been listening to. God of Thunder and Cream and what have you, and Tupac and whatnot. And what do you know? Fantano's coming up. Fantano's popping up. I keep seeing this Anthony Fantano, the needle drop. He's got these meme videos, but he's also got these reviews. He knows what he's talking about. Shit, he knows what he's talking about more than everybody else I know. Fast forward 10 years. If you're truly on the trajectory of growth, you will outgrow Fantano. You will outgrow these people. But when you've been in the loop as long as I have on the internet, I got multiple examples of this dude only giving out these fucking scores for brownie points, interviews, and fucking click. I don't have the exact video, but I fucking swear, I remember him talking shit about Makami. I'm saying that one first because that's the one I don't have any fucking concrete evidence in. Who he also used to say this about was Griselda, aka all your guys' favorite UG rappers, Westside Gun, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, Boldy James. This is before Boldy James and then was in there. Can I say the HWH7? I'll just say that. I'm not gonna say the name. HWH7, he goes and reviews it, right? And I used to have this on wax. Sold for a pretty $150, may I add. I'm sure you could get more now. Fuck my life. He gave that shit like a 5 or a 6. Last time I checked, that was like one of his best tapes. Now, I didn't think it was one of his best because I liked Fly God and Supreme Blind Tell way more than that. That's why I sold it. And then there was The Plugs I Met by Benny the Butcher. He didn't even review Tana Talk 3. That was too fucking beyond him at that point. He goes and reviews The Plugs I Met, also gives it a low score. And the reason this is interesting is because both of these albums are like critically acclaimed Griselda albums. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go on record and say that's kind of when they peaked, was right there. You could say Pray for Paris, I guess, too. Now, how come I go and we skip a few fucking albums later and he's given the 10th version, which I did listen to some of it, and it's not even touching 7. How come he's giving that shit higher scores? How come he's giving Conway's new albums higher scores? Why is this dude giving these people high scores now all of a sudden? It's because they started getting fucking numbers. So now Fantano wants to come in there and be like, well, see, I mean, I was on the wave, you know. I'm clearly the credible music nerd that you guys all know and love. Look at my fucking flannel. It's all performative, grifting bullshit. He will change his fucking opinion if it gets him views, bro. It doesn't matter, good or bad, he will change his opinions for views and for those fucking fake internet brownie points. I don't know if it's to give him credibility. I don't know if it's something that he feels like just about, like he's, you know, really out here fucking setting the wave. I have no idea. Fantano wants to give off this presentation that he's a music critic, a smart man, so that gets me into why I wanted to make this video. He gave Exhum's new album a review, so I give it a little watch ski. It's like 5 minutes long. I'm like, what is he gonna talk about? Like, is he gonna talk about, you know, Matt? Is he gonna talk about Ross? Is he gonna talk about gore metal, slaughter call? Is he gonna talk about Impale? What is this dude gonna talk about? I thought, for me personally, he was gonna like research some surface level shit and then just spew it out. Like he had never listened to gore metal, and if he did, he'd listen to it once, you know what I mean? He didn't even fucking do that. He didn't bring up anything. He brought up like gore metal and was like, well, you know, since they made gore metal and all the way till 2026, like it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. Bro, it's fucking gore grind. It's fucking grind. What do you expect? I listened to this new album at the gym last night. When the bass lines were good, there was a lot of groove to it. There was a lot of good solos too. Like compared to gore metal, there was way more groove to it. Same with Slaughter Cult. Like Slaughter Cult and gore metal I like because it just feels like a fucking barrage. Especially Slaughter Cult just feels like a fucking barrage. If folks want to argue Slaughter Cult's got more groove, I mean, go for it. Anyway, so this new one, I did notice that they had like these little groovy bassline sections. The blasts are blasting, but it sounded very 90s. It actually sounds very good. It's a gore grind concept album about car crashes. And Fantano had to fucking let you know that that's what it was. And he's talking about lyrics and he's talking about this. And I'm like, dude, this dude doesn't like metal. This dude clearly does not give a fuck about this. The only reason, and keep this in mind, the only reason Fantano reviewed that Exhumed album, the only fucking reason he knew it existed is because this dude goes on Bandcamp and looks at the front fucking page. He does a couple of these, and oh, okay, and he clicks on it if it piques his interest, and then he goes and makes a fucking review about it. Only reason he would have got to fucking Griselda, because he probably didn't understand it at the time, and he's seeing this shit on Bandcamp, and he's like, what did he say? It's just Diet Wu-Tang. Now he's interviewing them, giving them fucking these numbers, that numbers, all this shit, just to see. This was the first time he's ever talked about Exhumed. And I don't think he's ever going to talk about it again. And there ain't going to be nobody dogging on him because nobody on this fucking channel knows who Exhumed is either. So I'm going to dog on him and call him a fucking poser. You go on Bandcamp and you find albums, bro. You cannot convince me otherwise. You're not actually into shit, bro. You are a performative, you're an actor. That's what you are. You're an actor. You act. You're doing a role you're doing a fucking role, bro. Now, in a hypothetical world, he was to see this video or his fans, you know, maybe some of you are fans of him. I grew up watching this dude and respecting his opinion. That's the crazy thing. And then you realize these dudes aren't fucking anything but just actors. Go look into his Mike Way to the World review, bro. He was on Twitter suicidal because he said that Mike Way to the World was like a 3 or a 4 or some shit, right? It was too fucking beyond his time. He didn't understand that shit yet. Just like Griselda, he wasn't fucking clicked in. And instead of doubling down, instead of being like, this shit fucking sucks and I'm gonna tell you why it sucks, he likes to backpedal and pretend like he's fucking into this shit and he knows shit. He's like Dave Meltzer of fucking music. As a music reviewer for the Exhumed album, you would think, I don't know, you would talk about the music. You know what he doesn't fucking talk about in the whole Exhumed album review? Music! Talks about everything else about the album, but no music! What is the point? What are we doing here, bro? I'm not even gonna get into the political shit of you know, people saying he's a bigot. I'm not gonna fucking come on here and call him a racist and shit. That's not my spot, you know. That's a battle for other people. My battle with this dude is what I grew up dealing with. And as I got older, as a young adult, people would fucking send me videos of this dude. I know people that still watch this dude and take his critique for real. And they're like older than me. What are we doing? And I know people get mad about the age thing, but it's like at some point you gotta grow up, you know. You gotta start putting on your own clothes. You can't have mom dressing you up every fucking day. You know, at some point it's a little weird. It's a little weird if you like Fantano and you're like 25. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm sorry. He got no preferences. Whatever gets some views and clicks and makes him seem smart. I don't know what else to say about this dude. Before this video takes fucking 30 minutes, let's get to Shawn Cee.
Shit getting heavy, man. I feel kind of bad. Maybe I should stop. Nah, fuck that.
I was like 16. I was still listening. I was getting into MF Doom, getting into Wu-Tang. Like I said, I had this dishwasher job. I was saving up money for a drum machine. It's somewhere around here. Making beats, trying to be like Madlib. I remember I would watch like the rhythm roulettes, and I remember hearing about this big dig that Madlib and the Beat Junkie crew did in Brazil. Because you can still see the videos of Madlib doing the 303. He makes a beat and he's got like the straw hat looking thing, and you know he's out in Brazil like at flea markets buying records from people. They can't speak English, so you know he's like trying to translate with people. And it's like super cool, like insight, like what were these dudes doing back then, flipping beats, you know, getting samples. Because, you know, everywhere in the States had been so fucking pillaged and pilfered over the 90s and the early 2000s. So now these dudes go leave and they go get a whole new sect of music. I'll spare you all the rest of the nerdy shit. Madlib makes a bunch of beats. Keep in mind, a lot of these are not knowledgeable to people in the United States. I'm sure there's like some stuff in there, you know, you might recognize a song, you might recognize an artist, especially nowadays with who sampled and everything. 10 years ago is probably a little less so, you know, than now. Like even Madlib didn't know all the shit he flipped. I think if you ask him, he's like, I don't remember. I have no idea. We couldn't fucking sample clearance because I don't remember what the samples are. So we take in Childhood Sky. We take in the Madlib stuff I just explained. Add Shawn Cee to the mix. He got called out on this on Reddit fucking years ago. I think there was a video where he was explaining that he didn't do it and he was standing on business, that he had no idea and he was just guessing, and that he grew up watching Hawaii 5-0 and shit. I think there was a video, I'm not sure. But then he went on Reddit and made a bunch of fake accounts and like defended himself, right? But other than that, that shit has been pretty much scrubbed. If you know, you know. He did a Mad Villainy reaction. I watched this shit as a kid. He did a Mad Villainy reaction where he's standing there acting like he knows, like, I know this one. Oh, what is it? Mothers of Invention?
Reminds me of like, Fuck, man, that show, Hawaii 5-0. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh, it's that Lonnie Liston Smith.
It's that Lonnie Smith.
He's like giddy, jumping around and like giggling, like, and he's like, oh, Frank Zappa and oh, the Hawaii 5-0. You really sampled Gentle Giant?
That's Gentle Giant. You really sampled Gentle Giant? What the fuck? Second to none. Second to none.
Madlib made this.
How do you do?
Oh, Madlib's producing this. That's why it sounds so good.
Well, Scott, why can't you just let him, it's just a fake video. He's not doing a harm to nobody. It's because this dude has a fucking platform. That is my problem. This dude didn't just do some one-off reactions, and he didn't keep doing reactions. Why am I seeing clips of this dude talk about whatever his fucking name is, Aiden Ross? I don't even know who he is. I don't know what he does. I think he's like a Logan Paul guy. Why am I seeing videos of Shawn Cee talking about Aiden Ross saying he's not really into music? He's only doing it performatively.
Saying that these people have never, ever shown any interest in trying to find music that wasn't readily available to them and saying just like the most outlandish or dumbest thing that comes to their mind about it. Because they're more concerned with their viewership than they are concerned about the music that they're talking about. It's never been about the music with people like this. It's always been about, how do I entertain my audience?
What are you talking about? You did the same thing with Matt Villainy. You pretended. You fucking pretended you knew this shit. And when I was a kid, this shit hurt me because I was like, wow, this dude knows all the samples. I was like, wow, I like this album too. This is so hype. This dude didn't know the samples at all. It made me think I needed to learn some more shit and like I needed to be on that wave. Like dudes really fucking know Hawaii 5-0. It's that fucking dirty ass record I saw up north, like in the fucking dollar bin, free bin, Hawaii 5-0. And this dude is just pulling sample. I'm like, wow, I gotta go back there and get Hawaii 5-0. That is the damage. You see, because there's people that don't grow out of this shit. They're gonna look to fucking Fantano and Shawn Cee. I don't mind Fantano. I don't mind Shawn Cee. Actually, Shawn Cee is kind of entertaining, right? It's when he starts trying to talk about shit like he knows shit. He had all these albums on the wall years ago. I'm gonna try to find a picture of it. He had all these albums on the wall. And on the very end of it is Honor Killed the Samurai. And on the rest of them, there's a lot of bullshit filler in the middle. And what that told me, just because it was on the fucking edge, it's like he wanted it to be in there. He wanted it to be in there. But it wasn't as good as all these other fucking shitty albums that he liked. Denzel Curry, grown-ass man. He's like 30 years old. He's my age when he was in those videos. And now this dude is on here talking about there's some performative fucking people. Now, I'm gonna tell you, you're all fucking performative people. I'm doing this shit because I'm sick of motherfuckers like you and Fantano always fucking shitting on everything, always acting like you know everything, giving Exhumed a fucking 5, a 6. What the fuck do you know about Exhumed, bro? You don't know anything about anything. That's why you don't give shit good numbers until they get you paid. Fuck that. You're not into the music, bro. You never were. Maybe you were when you had your shitty haircut and your shitty fucking attitude and you was doing all the fucking 4chan shit. Maybe you was really into the music at that point. Now, man, and Shawn Cee still has never been, nobody's brought this shit up. Nobody's everybody's just pretending. And maybe it's because nobody gives a fuck. Maybe I shouldn't give a fuck. It's just something I noticed that like all these dudes still have platforms. All these dudes still talk shit about other things. Still acting like they're fucking so profound because they like, Shawn Cee's reviewing J. Cole. Still, 10 years later, we're still fucking talking about J. Cole. Just like on my channel, I feel like I'm going fucking crazy. I'm still fucking talking about J. Cole. And he's mad at them because they like J. Cole and he's like, man, you guys are so corny. Whose fault is that? Who got J. Cole more fans? You did. This is your fault. At least Fantano said that dude was boring from the fucking start. This is your fault. And then you're gonna get mad when Denzel Curry starts a shitty fucking hardcore band. I'm sure of it. I just don't understand it. It's kind of got that Knocked Loose feel. You're gonna be the first one to be like, I don't understand Denzel Curry's lead. And then you're gonna have all those shitty hardcore fans in your comments, and they're gonna be mad at you, and you're gonna say, oh, I just don't understand. You're the one that said Taboo was good, and fucking Imperial or whatever that bullshit was. You were never putting over Strictly for My Raiders. You was never doing that shit. This is your fault. Anyways, if you're gonna listen to people that know some of what the fuck they're talking about. For example, there's channels I watch for black metal. There's people I watch for grindcore, right? I don't go to them for opinions on fucking fusion jazz. Don't go to Fantano for fucking metal advice. He don't fucking like metal. He likes shitty metal. He likes metal that's on the front page of Bandcamp. That's the only metal this dude likes. He don't like anything past that. You think Fantano fucks with Repulsion? Hell no. You think Fantano fucks with Defeated Sanity? Fuck no. He'll like fucking Morbid Angel. You think he's fucking with Blasphemy and Proclamation? No. No, he's not. Shawn Cee, you think Shawn Cee fucks with Boogie Down Productions? Fuck no. Shawn Cee don't even know shit about rap, really. Shawn Cee knows about rap from like the year 2017 onward. That's his domain. That's his lane. He can tell you all about fucking Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia, his goats. Notice how all this dude's favorite people fucking suck. You're gonna sit here and pretend like JPEG Mafia is like clear and Sean Price. Are we playing pretend that JPEG Mafia makes better beats than Madlib? Are we gonna play pretend? Like, RJD2 didn't make better beats than JPEG Mafia. Introducing isn't all better beats than what JPEG Mafia's made. All that experimental shit has already been done. Are we gonna pretend like LP didn't do JPEG Mafia style way better than him fucking 20 years earlier? Are we gonna play pretend? Does it sound dated to you? Like it's not like JPEG Mafia shit isn't gonna sound dated in 10 years? You gonna go listen to Black Band Carson? You gonna tell me that shit's just amazing? Some of those beats on there? Right. Fuck all that. My point is, Shawn Cee, you know what you did with the Madlib shit. Fantano's still doing this shit to this day. It's all performative. Fuck these guys. They gotta be for real, bro. That Exhumed album's better than a fucking 6, bro.